So AZ, who are the UEFA Cup runners-up in 80-81 to Ipswich Town, are in their first seasons of club competition since 82-83 and play here just days after beating Feyenoord 4-1. Their first away defeat in not far short of a year. And they, under Adrianza's iron fist rule, are gushing with confidence here. And it was a tremendous opening spell. Auxerre with the opening goal. Well, there's plenty of belief around these parts. The 23 years on since that defeat, that this team is more than capable of making a sustained challenge to break up the traditional hold of the big three clubs, Ajax, PSV and Feyenoord in Holland. Ajax, of course, having a miserable time in the year. Of course, Adrianza, the former Ajax coach, who somebody comically suggested that if Ronald Koeman did get fired in the winter window, then perhaps this guy was the one to take over. This was the goal of the night. Auxerre again with the goal. In his first full season here at AZ, he came from Liège last year. 3 goals this season prior to tonight. Found it a little bit difficult to settle in and become anywhere near as prolific as he was when he was in Belgium. 16 and was his best season total back in 2002. But he's made his international debut recently. He was in the Belgian team that went to Spain. And were beaten. Of course, there were 2 players sent off that night, one of them Barcourt. Now, there was a chance still, and then quite how that was put wide is still something of a mystery. Denny Lanzat, the club captain, who's another who's been called up by Marco van Basten this season. And they were running riot against Auxerre. Beat Utrecht, Auxerre 4-0 last season before losing to Eindhoven. They've got a pretty mixed record against Dutch teams. We still talk very vividly about that final back in 81, 5-4 on aggregate, losing the first leg 3-0 at Portman Road, and then 4-2 at the Alkmaar Stadium. Famous face in the crowd. You wonder who he's come to check out. There's plenty to see from both of these 2 teams in actual fact. 21 was Kenneth Perez with the delivery there. Barry Van Gaalen, at 34 years of age, is producing some of the best football of his entire career. Really industrial midfield player, loves to get stuck in and involved. Usually lasts for about 65 minutes these days rather than the full 90, but he stayed on for virtually the full game here today. Dying seconds of the match. This really was a tremendous performance from AZ. Only previously he'd met one French side, that was Sochaux, in the semi-finals of the 81 UEFA Cup. They of course won that 4-3 on aggregate. GRUPPA was present in this stadium on Sunday to see that AZ performance against Feyenoord. The score did flatter them somewhat, but they took full advantage of all the weaknesses, and they did it here again as well tonight. Well, 1998, they got to the quarterfinals, the best run in recent years, when they lost to Lazio Auxerre. 15th season in European competition, so they're not novices by any stretch of the imagination, but they played here like they were. Congratulations all round, smiles and handshakes.